I have a very important interview today. I'm here at my mom's house.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
So here's my lighting kit today. I just have a key light and a back or a fill light, and I have a reflector. If you don't have a reflector, you can also just use a white piece of cardboard. Sometimes that can work in a pinch too. So the first thing I like to do when I'm setting up lights for an interview is figure out where is the best place to do the interview. Now here we have a lot of outdoor light coming in through the windows, which we'll have to deal with. But the room is fairly large, so there's a lot of space to work in. So now when I walk into the kitchen, there is another room here with some potential. What I'm looking for is an angle that will give me some depth of field so that I can separate my subject from the wall. This is my mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Liz.
And here are some potential places we could have her sit. This would not be a good option for an interview. The chair is gobbling her up practically, and it's very high backed, so you'll see a lot of shadows on the chair if we try to set up any lights. Okay, I think we can all see why this is not a good solution. The background is so much brighter than her face that all we see is one big shadow. Okay, so again, this is a chair with a high back, so we don't want that. And also, it's a rocking chair. So after a half-an-hour interview, it's going to get pretty tiring seeing her rock back and forth. This is also something to think about when you're shooting in offices. A lot of executive chairs have rockers on them, and many times I've had to stop interviews in the middle and switch out chairs. So just that's something to be aware of when you're looking for a place to do an interview. Okay, so after looking around the room a little bit, this is kind of what I've decided to do. There's lots of options, but I kind of like the flowers back here and the wall and the painting, so I want to make use of that. So I'm going to put the chair about here. I want to have it away from the wall, and I want to have it about 7 feet from the camera. And it's a low back, so it's not going to cast shadows. So we'll try this, see how it works. Okay, so I have my mom placed in the chair, and what I've decided to do with this outdoor light coming in is decided I'm going to close the shades. So I'm going to close them. You see how it just takes a lot of light out. All right, so our shades are closed, and now I'm going to turn on my key light. Okay, so we have our key light up. Now we still have natural light coming in from the side that's helping to fill her face, but I want to help that out just a little bit. What I often like to use is a reflector. And if you don't have a reflector, that's okay. You can use, a lot of different things. You can get white foam core at the art store and use that, or this is just a cardboard box that's painted white. And that has the same kind of effect. Okay, so now we have a key light, we have a nice fill light. Now we need something to separate her from the wall, so we need a backlight. So let's turn that on. There we go. Now this light's going to be a little bit too strong, but if you've got a smaller light, a little pro light, and you put a 120-watt bulb in it, you can go to Home Depot and buy a dimmer for $6.99. Mom, hold up the dimmer, just like that. And you can dim the light to however you want it. So I go down, I can come up a little bit, or it can be full. I need to get rid of some things. That chair behind her is not looking so good, so let's get rid of that. Yeah, that's a little better, but now there's a lot of empty space there, so let's see if we can fill it with something. All right, so we turned our lamp on, but that's going to be way too bright. So let's get our Home Depot dimmer out, dim it down a little bit. All right, so that's starting to look good. We've got our lamp in the background. We filled up that space, but the left side's looking really dark, and we are out of lights because we only have a 2-light setup here. So how are we going to fill that space with light? So as I was walking around the house trying to find a place for the interview, I noticed a lot of floor lamps. That can be a great way to add light when you don't have any lights left in your light kit. So I found this floor lamp and turn it on, and then just sort of point it this way. So that helps quite a bit, but I'm not really happy with that arrangement. I'm going to switch them around a little bit. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I still don't like the flowers down on the corner there. Nah, not really crazy about that either. If I push in far enough, I don't really need anything else over on that other side. In fact, I'll even take this one out. Beware of putting plants like this behind your subject, because if you're not careful, it can look like they're coming out of their head. Another thing you can do is go to Home Depot and buy these rope lights. Mom, show them the rope lights. They're just long ropes. They have little lights in them. I use them for Halloween. They're great for Halloween parties too, but you can often put those behind bookcases, behind couches. It just adds another dimension. It looks kind of cool. But what if you walk into this room and you don't have time to set up any lights? What do you do then? So there you go, not quite as nice, but you've got a nice key light with the sun, reflectors adding a little bit of fill. Got a lamp in the background, no light. So that's something that's really good to remember when you're lighting on the run. Make use of the available light that's around you. God provides great light with the sun. Lamps are a great way to light up a room if you don't have enough lights. So it's going to save you a lot of time and energy, give you more time to stop at Starbucks on the way home and get that Frappuccino. So that's it, lighting on the run. Be brilliant, have fun.